and welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be seeing what your personal superpower is. So we have 4 groups. Here's group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need more time to decide, you can pause the video. I have timestamps listed below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with group 1. Hi group 1, so if you chose this green aventurine star, then this is your reading. So let's find out what your superpower is. We're going to start off with your oracle cards. And we have Solitude, Artist, Spinderella with Transition, Vision, card number 26 with Love Partnership, and Compassion. Okay. Okay, group 1. So from these oracle cards, I love that the Solitude card came out. So like apparently you're very good at being on your own. You know, that's not anything of a concern for you. It's pretty easy for you to do that. A lot of people cannot be by themselves. So I think that is a superpower in a way. But we also have this like artist card and this vision card. And I think that when you guys are alone, you're very creative. It's like that's when you're your most creative. Like you get in the zone and you start creating things. You know, I think it could be different for all of you. Some of you it could be music. Some of you it could be literally like art, paintings. But I think solitude and alone time is very good for you guys because it does allow you to channel your inner artist and come up with ideas. So that's something you're very good at. Let me go ahead and read these cards. So with solitude, it says, once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. And then for the artist card, it says, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. And then I do want to read the shadow attributes. I don't know if we'll really get into that, but it says, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. So I don't think you guys are like in your shadow aspect of being an artist. I think that's just, all of these cards have light and shadow attributes. But then we have vision. No matter what, you see the bigger picture of a loving, just universe. Then we have 26 with love, partnership, and compassion. And we have Archangel Zadkiel. Soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. So another superpower that you guys have is compassion. You have a big heart, and because of your big heart, you make a good partner. So yeah, I think a lot of people would be very happy to be in a relationship with you. Yeah, that's just another thing that you're good at is being in a love partnership. So yeah, you would definitely make a great partner or spouse. But you're also just a visionary, you know, mainly with your creative talents, but just in general. And I think that a lot of your power comes when you're in solitude, when you're on your own, when you're able to come up with these ideas and visions, you know, for either your art, your talents, whatever it is, or just your life in general. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get some tarot. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups, Ace of Swords, Hanged Man, Tower, Page of Rods, and the two of rods or wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. I mean, with this two of wands coming out, I feel like that just emphasizes this vision card. Like, you guys are a visionary. It's like you see something and then you make it happen. It's like you can see the whole path forward. You're good at like figuring that out. Whereas like a lot of people don't. Like, there's a lot of people that come up with a lot of great ideas, but then they never actually do it or like get there because they don't know how to get there. But you guys are really good at like planning things out like every step of the way and making things happen. So let's see. Yeah. Okay, so with this Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups, like, you guys are like a machine. Like, when it comes to ideas, like, you just come up with an idea. You're like, I could do this, I could do that, I can make this. I don't know. It's just like, yeah, you guys come up with a lot of ideas, but then you're able to make them happen. So it's like, that is your superpower. And whatever way or format that this ends up being in, whether it's like paintings or music, songs, you know, whatever it is for you. Let's see. And then with this Hanged Man in the middle, I do want to clarify that card. So let's see. Let's clarify the Hanged Man for group 1. Oh, okay, I already had a flipper. Okay, we have the Four of Cups. Okay, all right. So I feel like sometimes you guys can like doubt yourself. Maybe you do have all these good ideas come in, but then you think that maybe some of them aren't good enough or they're not going to make the cut, that kind of thing. So I do feel like that's maybe a downside of this, is that some of you guys are sleeping on some really good ideas. It's like you just don't think they're good enough, or you don't think that they... I just get the sense that like maybe you have a certain style and it's like you want to adhere to that style, like everything that you put out, but maybe some of your ideas go against that and it's like too different and you're like, no, it doesn't, you know, it just doesn't work like with everything else. You know, people aren't going to get it because they're expecting this from me. So if I put this out, then they're going to be like, well, what are you doing now? Like, what is this? So it's like you're kind of keeping yourself like stuck in this box in a way, and it's like you don't really want to step outside of it because you're not really sure how it would be received or if it would be good enough, because everything that you're already putting out is good and it's like it is well received. And so it's like, I don't know, it's like you don't really want to take a risk sometimes. But I think that you should, because I feel like if you get this idea in the first place, it is divinely inspired. It is coming from a source, like it's coming from a good place. So if you look at this card, the Four of Cups, okay, like you can see that he's looking at all these cups in front of him and he's like, okay, like this is what I got. And then this cup is literally appearing out of thin air. It's kind of like God, like, hey, like here's a good idea, you should try this. And you're like, no, I don't know, like that's not really what I normally do, you know, kind of thing. So you kind of doubt yourself and you kind of talk yourself out of it. And so I do feel like you kind of keep yourself stuck in like this certain box that you're afraid to step out of. So we got to work on that. But let's see what else. We got the Tower and the Page of Ron. Maybe someone's named Ron, I don't know. Page of Rods. So yeah, I could see you guys like going in a new direction at some point. Not that you would do something like drastically different. Like, I don't think you would. Like, if you're a painter, like you're still going to be painting. If you're a musician, you're still going to do that. But there's something about you stepping out of like what you normally do. And this might not happen for a while. I'm like, I don't think this is going to happen next week or anything for you. I see this in the future, but there's like something here where you're going to kind of embark on a new path here, even if it's just a new style of painting or a new genre or something like that. But I don't think people will see it coming. And I think you know this as well, which is also why you're kind of hesitant to do this. So if you have been thinking about like changing up your style, just doing things differently, I think you're meant to do that. Like this, any ideas that you have, like they are divinely guided. They're given to you for a reason. Even it might be a little scary because you just don't know if this is going to be successful, right? Especially if you have been doing very well for yourself. And it's like, why rock the boat, right? Like if everything's going well. But I think this could really change things for the better. It's like, yeah, it might be different, but I also think it's going to take you to a different level as well. So, I mean, if anyone's wondering about this Tower card, I know it can look scary, but I don't see this as a bad thing. I think this is you guys just changing things up, really. Because, you know, normally with the Tower card, it gets struck down, right? And it's like completely just demolished, basically. And so it's like normally with the Tower card, you would have to build a completely new foundation, right? So yeah, whatever you're going to end up doing, it is going to be different from what you have done. And I think you're right. Like people aren't going to see it coming. They're not really going to be sure like what to make of it. It is going to feel very new for you. But again, I feel like it's meant to be. Like, so if you're already feeling called to like change things up in some way, do things differently, you're getting that for a reason. You're being led to do this. And I feel like, you know, you guys are very creative. And so a lot of creative people are divinely led. You know, a lot of these ideas come from source. So just listen to that. Just go with it. Go with the flow. Don't fight it. It's like you feel like you have to stay in this box that you built for yourself. Like, this is my thing. This is what I do. This is what people expect from me. And it's your life. It's your thing. Whatever it is, you can do whatever you want with it. And people, they'll either get on board with it or they won't. And that's okay, because new people will get on board with it, whatever you end up doing next. So it's fine. But I do think that by you guys changing this up, it will take you to another level. So I think you'll appreciate it in the end. Like, it'll be worth it. So I don't know why this message is coming out. Clearly, you guys needed to hear this. Obviously, this is about your superpower, but you already know what your superpower is. It's already here. It's already established. So these are like some additional messages on like what to do with that moving forward. But again, you're very good at being on your own. It's not a problem for you because you just get into your creative zone when you're on your own. That's when you can do your thing. I didn't really get into this card, the transition. Yeah, no, again, like, that's what I was talking about. It's like you guys are like going to be transitioning into something different or new. Nothing too crazy. Like, I think you'll still be in whatever field that you're in, but it's just you're changing it up somehow. Yeah, you're a visionary. And that's why, like, you get all of these ideas that come to you. You're meant to do something with them. You're meant to act on them and put them out there. But yeah, with this Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck, this is talking about like kind of deciding on a new direction and moving towards that. So I feel like for me to be picking up on this in your reading, this is most likely something that's already been in your mind, something that you've been thinking about, but just have been very hesitant about whether you want to go down that road or not. So yeah, group one, you're a visionary, you're a hermit, you're very good at these things, doesn't have to define you, but yeah, you're very creative, but you're also very good at being in relationships as well. You're a great partner. You have a big heart, you have a lot of compassion for others, and yeah, this is what you're good at, group one. These are your superpowers. So I don't want to like drag this out and like get too repetitive. So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. But I hope that this resonated, group one. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment and subscribe so you can see my next video when it comes out. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, group two. So let's find out what your superpower is. We're going to start off with your oracle cards. So let's see what we got. We have true love. Okay, prostitute. Can I say that on YouTube? Too late. Raw digger with connectivity. Cause and effect. Card number 96 with forgiveness. And claircognizance. Wow. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and read these cards. Okay, with true love, it says your wholeness and safety lie within, not from a partner, but this sovereignty actually leads to the deepest intimacy for you to stop using others. Let me stand on my own feet, dear Lord, and know true love. Wow, okay. And then with the P card, I don't want to say that a bunch of times. It says the light attribute accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Shadow attribute places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. And we have raw digger with connectivity. Cause and effect, you are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. And we have forgiveness and claircognizance with Archangel Uriel. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Okay, so group two, what is your superpower? I mean, straight off the bat, like I can see that you guys have a really big heart. You're all about forgiveness, and you know, with this connectivity card, I see that you're very good at connecting with others and really, you know, being like empathetic and there for them. And with this claircognizance card, it's like you just know what people need. It's like you know what they need to hear, you know what they need. It's like you're very good at being there for people because you just have this sense, you know, it's like this sixth sense, this claircognizance that, you know, I need to be there for them. They, you know, not only you can like help them, but it's like there's something about you that is just so good with other people, especially in, you know, hard times. Yeah, you're just really good at like connecting with others. Yeah, and you're very empathetic because not everyone is so good at like being forgiving. That's really hard for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that hold grudges, that, I don't know, it's like once they've been done wrong, it's like that's kind of it. And that's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that either. But, forgiveness is a beautiful thing, and you guys are very good at that. So yeah, you're just great with people. That's what I see. This true love card is interesting because, it doesn't really talk about love partnerships, right? This card says, your wholeness and safety lie within, not from a partner. But this sovereignty actually leads to the deepest intimacy for you to stop using others. Let me stand on my own feet and know true love. It's like you guys are so loving and you have such a big heart. But I don't feel like you always are so loving to yourself. I think you're very loving to others, very kind, very compassionate, very forgiving. But it's like when it comes to you, you don't treat yourself with that same love. And I think that's something that, maybe needs to be worked on, just so that you can feel more loved and empowered by yourself. And a big part of this is your thoughts, because we have that coming through a couple times here with this cause and effect card. It says you're aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change. And then this card, pay attention to your thoughts. So it's like you guys need to work on your thoughts and have more loving thoughts towards yourself. It's like you don't have a problem with that being loving towards others. That's your superpower. But when it comes to yourself, it's like you're just not as loving towards yourself, or it's like your thoughts are too critical. So there's a need for you to change your thoughts, develop more loving thoughts toward yourself, more kind and forgiving thoughts. No one's perfect, right? We all make mistakes. And that's okay. Like, you're human like everyone else. But there's also a need for you to develop love and closeness with others without you like getting something from it. And I really hope this isn't taken the wrong way, but we have this P card, right? I'm not going to say it a bunch of times. But I think you guys can be kind of held back or reserved from like getting too close to people. And it's like you'll only do that if there's something in it for you. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't think you're out here using people, not at all. But I think that you guys are just so very reserved. It's like it's just a weird energy. It's like you have no problem being there for others. It's like you want to help them. You want to care and be loving. But then at the same time, it's like you don't have a lot of like super close relationships in your life. And I think you're very hesitant to develop those for whatever reason, maybe because of things you've gone through in the past. But it's like something has to convince you in order to like do that. You're like, okay, I don't know if I want, this person around, but well, if they add to my life in this way, then, maybe, kind of thing. So I think there's just a need for you to be more open and not place such a, what's the word? Expectation, I guess, for what you'll get out of it. So yeah, basically, I guess like you just need to be more loving to yourself. And I feel like the more love that you give to yourself, the more able you'll be to open up and like give more of that love to others more freely, instead of being like super selective, which like I know, like I totally understand why people are I am very selective. So like I totally get it. But it's like holding you back in a way. So yeah, I hope that made sense. Let's go ahead and get some tarot. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay, here's your deck. What is Group 2's superpower? Knight of Pentacles, Judgment, Five of Wands, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. Let's see. Okay. What is your superpower? So, Group 2, you definitely exhibit like queen energy. And I think this is something that others see in you as well. Whether you're seen as the Queen of Wands, like very attractive, very charismatic, very popular, or, you know, the Queen of Pentacles, which I think people also see you as well. Like, it's like you got your ish together, you're, you know, living your best life, like you're doing well for yourself. So, you know, and if there's any males watching, then just switch it to king, right? Same thing. But I can see why you tend to like hold yourself back from people, because with you being in this energy, I think a lot of people would want to be around you or in your life. And so that can be a little, you know, like, whoa, like, okay, like not everybody can get in my life here, you know? So I can see why you're so selective, because I think a lot of people are attracted to you, and not only because of your big heart, but because of your looks as well, and just because of your energy. And it's like people can tell you're a good person and you have your stuff together. But let's see. With this Five of Wands, you guys just attract all kinds of people. Like, so I could totally understand why you've been so selective or hesitant to let people in. Yeah, it's just because of your energy. It's just so bright and vivacious and just very attractive. I think a lot of people would want to either date you or be friends with you, or other things that aren't so positive. You know, maybe there's people that want to use you as well. And so I can see why you're kind of guarded, right? Because with this Five of Wands, these guys are literally fighting off a snake. Like, and this snake is like very aggressive. Like, let's see if you can see this snake. He's got his mouth open, like he's ready to attack. And then he's also holding a wand, like with his tail. So yeah. Looks like kind of a battle here. So I can, yeah, you guys are just selective because you don't want to get involved with like people that don't have good intentions for you. Maybe you've been through that before. And you're just very cautious. But let's see, we also have this Knight of Pentacles with the Judgment card. I could see a lot of people like from your past like wanting to get back with you, especially exes. But it's like if they couldn't step up before, then bye. Like, why would you even want to entertain that? But they've seen you like glow up. They've seen you get ahead in life and do well for yourself. And I think now it's like they're wanting you like more than ever, just because they want to be near you. They want to be in your life. It's like, that's so annoying, right? Like when you become successful or you glow up or something like that, and then all of a sudden people from the past like want back into your life, right? So I can see why you're kind of like defensive, you know, with this Five of Wands energy. It's like you kind of have your wand up, you know, and do have the Queen of Wands here. So I can see why you're kind of like looking over your shoulder. Like, it's like now that you're in a better place in your life, you don't really want everyone from the past coming with you because they're just not in the same energy. It's like you're coming out as this queen, and then, you know, we have this Knight of Pentacles back here, but it's like, you're too slow. Like, bye. Like, you couldn't keep up with me, right? So I'm leaving you behind kind of energy. It's too late. There is definitely at least one person from your past who wants like another chance with you, a second chance. But I see you being very defensive or guarded towards that person. And I think it would take a lot from them for you to let them back into your life. But I just don't know that they're gonna ever like catch up to you. They move too slow. It's like they would rather dilly-dally than actually take things seriously and actually try for this. But they do want a second chance, and they're hoping that you'll give it to them, but I don't think they really changed that much. So I don't know if they're going to get that second chance. I see you being very guarded towards them and very hesitant about letting them back into your life. But with this Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I feel like people see you like as this Ace of Pentacles, like you are the Ace of Pentacles here. Like, you are this amazing opportunity and person that so many people would love to be with. So many people would love to have as a friend or just in their life, you know. But now you've come such a long way and you've dealt with so much in the past that it's just not worth it to go backwards. It's not worth it to bring some of these people with you if they're only going to put a damper on your life in some way, shape, or form. It's like you know better now. You want better for yourself. And you don't want to bring any of these dusties with you where you're going. And it sucks because the more that you glow up, the more success you find, the more these people are going to want to be in your life. So I can totally understand why you have these boundaries up, why you're very hesitant to let people into your life, like I was saying before. You still have this big heart. You're still very forgiving. You're great with people. But there's more of a focus here on giving this love, this true love, to yourself and not to others. Definitely not people from the past, because they don't deserve it. What did they do for you? Right? So, yeah. But there's, a need for you to think more positive thoughts about yourself and your life. Definitely more loving thoughts towards yourself. You're so great at doing that for others. That is your superpower, being so loving and kind and forgiving and having a big heart and connecting with others. And there's more of a need for you to do that for yourself. So, yeah. I think that's all that I have for you, Group 2. I hope that this resonated. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Please comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, Group 3. So let's find out what your superpower is. We're going to start off with your oracle cards. So let's see what we got. Intention, athlete, Erykah Badu with spirituality, priorities, card number 99 with compassion, and gifts from God. Okay, so let's go ahead and read these. With intention, it says, intention is simply allowing the will and the mind to align and move in harmony. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes for me come true. And then with athlete, we have the light attributes, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Erica Badu with spirituality. Priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations, compassion, and gifts from God with Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. Okay, wow. So group 3, your superpower is that you have like this insane willpower that I see within you. It's like you have a goal and you achieve it, no problem. It's like you set the intention and then you go after it. So I don't know if some of you are athletes, like literally, you don't have to be. I think this just describes like the energy of an athlete, like that, like it says, dedication to transcending physical limits, can be any type of limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Yeah, you guys have an insane willpower. Like you guys can achieve anything that you set your mind to. Yeah, and you make it a priority. That's why I think a lot of people they have a hard time doing that. It's like they'll want something and they'll kind of like set it off to the side. Like, oh yeah, maybe I'll get to that later. But it's like, no, like when you want something, you go after it, damn it. Like you're going to make it happen. And it's interesting that we have this athlete, but then we also have this card, the gifts from God. And, you know, I'm sure it's like a chalice or something that he's holding, right? But it kind of looks like a trophy to me. Like, you know, when people like win sports championships, you know, a lot of these trophies, they kind of look like that. So like some of you could literally be an athlete. That's not for everyone. But you guys are very accomplished. You're very successful because it's like you put your mind to something and you achieve it. That is your superpower. You're very good at prioritizing your goals. But then we also have compassion and spirituality. So you guys are very spiritual as well. You're not a one-dimensional person. And I don't think that like a lot of people would know this about you. I think you probably have this more public-facing side of yourself where people see you in this light where you're very successful and you're very determined and all of this. But you also have this other side of you where you're very spiritual and you're very grounded and very intentional. And it's like you still check in with that side of yourself. You're not all, you know, 3D type of thing. Yeah, and you're also very compassionate with this compassion card. Like you have a big heart and you care about others. You're not the type of person that like wants to win and wants to see everyone else fail, right? Because there are definitely people out there like that. No, you want the best for everyone. It's like, yeah, of course you want to win, and you're going to because you're going to make it happen. But it's like you're a great sport, really. You're a great sport. You know, you're the type of person who would like win a race or something, and you're, you know, congratulating the people that are in second and third place. You know, even though I'm sure they wanted to be in first place, but you're such a good sport about it. You're not rubbing it in their face. You're just like, hey, you know, great job out there. You know, you did great type of thing. So people really respect you, and they like that about you. You're very compassionate, you're very caring, you want the best for everyone. But you also make yourself and your goals a priority, so you make it happen. All right, so let's get into the tarot. Where did I put your tarot deck? Oh, this is it. Group 3, Superpower. The Hanged Man, 5 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Strength, Prince of Wands, 2 of Pentacles at the bottom. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see this Wheel of Fortune at all. It's like you guys make shit happen. You know how to make things happen in a way that other people don't. Especially like coming out of like bad circumstances as well. You know, it's not like you're some privileged person that is handed everything in life. No, it's like you are this way, you know, like even if you're in a bad situation, like you will figure out a way to get out of it and turn things around. So, yeah, this Wheel of Fortune, it's like you make your own fortune. That's what I see. You know, a lot of times this card can be interpreted as like luck from the divine or something like that. But it's like, no, you create your own luck. That's how much of a badass you are. Like, you make it happen for yourself. You don't need help from anyone else. So let's see, we have this Hanged Man and Five of Pentacles. So maybe there have been times in your life where you were feeling down and out. Like maybe, you know, you were just in a situation where you didn't have enough money to like get out of, you know. I don't know. There was some situation in the past where you felt like you were trapped. It's like you were stuck in. You didn't really see a way out. And I think maybe money had something to do with that for a lot of you. But you still figured it out, right? It's like you still were able to turn things around and get yourself to a better place in life. And that is a huge superpower. It's like where there's a will, there's a way, right? Like that should be your guys' motto. Because it's like if you want something, you will figure out how to get it. And then we also have this Strength with the Prince of Wands. So, yeah. You guys have so much inner strength. It's like no one can stop you. Like when you have an idea, when you have a goal, nothing can stop you. And with this Prince of Wands, it's like, I do feel like, again, there was some situation in your past where it was very bleak. You know, it wasn't where you wanted to be. Maybe you were struggling. But with this Prince of Wands, it's like you, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. Look at this. So obviously the Strength card, we have the Lion. But then we also have the same Lion on the Prince of Wands. So I wonder if we have some like Leos watching or Leo placements. Let me know. But it's like you channel your inner lion, lioness within you, right? And you're like, no. No one's going to stop me from getting what I want. Like, yes. With this Prince of Wands, you know, this can talk about embarking on a new path. So again, it's like you've gotten yourself out of a bad situation, and with your willpower and strength and determination, you were able to just go down a new path. Like you figured it out for yourself, which is amazing. So it's like you really don't accept less for yourself. Like, you know, you're deserving of more, and it's like you're going to achieve what you want no matter what. You'll figure it out. You always figure it out. So yeah, I feel like you guys have like created a lot of luck in your life just from willpower and determination alone. And we also have this Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So I think maybe this was like a difficult time for you, like whatever you went through in the past. Maybe you felt pressure like from others to stay in a certain situation, right? Like for whatever reason. But like you knew inside this wasn't meant for you. You wanted more for yourself. You didn't want to stick around in a situation just to appease others because they needed you. But like you weren't thriving. So I do feel like there was some situation where you're like, ooh, should I stay or should I go? Type of thing. Like you're feeling really called to go somewhere in a new direction. But yeah, you know what's best for yourself. So I don't know why I'm picking up on this. So let me know, like, is this something that's already happened for you, or is this something that you're thinking about making happen? Are you currently stuck in like a situation that you don't really feel is best for you or for your highest good? And maybe people want you to stay, you know, even though it just wouldn't feel right to you. So I don't know. I think different people watching, either you've already gotten yourself out of this situation, or for others, you're thinking about doing this, and you will figure it out. So group 3, wow. Like I said, your superpower is definitely your willpower, your determination, like you make shit happen. And a lot of people aren't able to do that. They get stuck in their own head, they get stuck in their ways, they succumb to the pressures of others, right? But you don't do that. I think it's like you hold yourself to a very high standard, and you want the best for yourself, of course. So also, you are a winner. I don't know, like just with this card, it just reminds me of a trophy. Like, have you guys like won anything? Like any championships or marathons or something like that with this athlete card as well? Yeah. But you're a very multifaceted person as well. It's like you're not just this go-getter athlete, you know, if you are, I think maybe a lot of people might see you in a certain light, but there's just so much more to you, I think, than people really know. I don't think everyone knows about this like spiritual side to yourself and this compassionate side to yourself, because I think from the outside, a lot of people would say it's like you're very focused on you, right? It's like you're going after your goals, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's like you're going after your own goals, you're chasing after whatever it is in life that you want for yourself. And maybe people don't really see that you have this other side of you where you are very compassionate with others, and you are very kind and loving. You're not this like cutthroat, you know, athlete, like just trying to win the title or whatever. No, you're a great person all around. And you want the best for others. You also want the best for yourself. And that's okay. And maybe that's why you're kind of deviating from this previous life that you've been living, because it wasn't really serving your highest good and you want more for yourself. So, but I definitely see you getting there and embarking on this new path for yourself, like starting a whole new chapter. Look how dark like this card is, you know, and then we have the Hangman right here, which is also like, it's like he's stuck. But then look how light and sunny like these cards are. It's like you really are stepping into a much brighter future for yourself, one that really serves you and is good for you all around, isn't like taking from you and depleting you and keeping you held down, you know, type of thing. It's like you're finally going to be living life for you, which is so relieving, I feel like. But you definitely have your priorities straight. You know what you're doing. You know how to get what you want. And that is your superpower, group 3. So I hope that resonated. If you enjoyed this reading, please leave a like and comment and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, group 4. So let's find out what your superpower is. We're going to start off with your oracle cards. So let's see what they say. We have self-acceptance, mystic, Lizzo with self-love, wow, release, card number 9 with completion, and comfort. Okay, so let me go ahead and read what these cards say. With self-acceptance, nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. And then we have mystic. The light attribute is revels in intimate union with the divine. Shadow attribute, delusional rapport with the divine. Okay. And then Lizzo, self-love, release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. Completion and comfort with Archangel Azrael. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. Okay. Let's see. So group 4, what is your superpower? You guys are really like connected to the divine. And I think because of that, you're very good at like showing yourself love, giving yourself love, accepting that. And also like letting go of things that don't serve your highest good. It's like you're always like in alignment with spirit, I want to say. And it's like you just allow that to like come through you and fill you like with love. And it also helps you to release the things in your life that don't bring you love, don't fill you with love. Yeah. You're very in tune like with yourself, I want to say. It's like you know how to show yourself self-love. You're very comforting. And then you're also good at like letting things go. Wow. Okay, you guys are very, what's the word? Developed? Ascended? Yeah. So I would say that your superpower is just being very in tune like with yourself and your spirituality. And it's like you're just very, very solid, like in that sense. Like nothing can really shake you because you're just so in touch, like with the divine. Yeah, you guys are really solid. I think I could see like a lot of people coming to you like for advice. It's like, because you're a good example for others, I want to say as well. It's like you're really good at letting things go that aren't in alignment with you and showing yourself love and like being there for yourself. And yeah, this is great. And it's interesting that we have this self-acceptance card and we have the Lizzo card with self-love. And I think for a long time, you know, Lizzo was a role model, like when it came to self-acceptance, because there's a lot of people in the industry. I mean, she's like one of the very few plus size people in the music industry, right? Like it's not super common to have these big stars that are plus size. So it's like, I think that she needed to give herself like that self-acceptance before she really put herself out there, right? Knowing how the world is. So I think for you guys, you also have this sense of self-acceptance, you know, especially if you guys are like super spiritual, which obviously you have the mystic cards. So I think that you are. And maybe, you know, obviously like a lot of people, they don't get that. They don't understand it. They don't know much about it. But it's like you own it. You have no problem owning it. You're like, this is who I am. Take me or leave me. I may be different from others, but it is what it is. This is how I live my life. And I love myself and I love my life. So deal with it, kind of thing. like you guys are in that type of energy. And if people like have a problem with it, they just can't come around to accepting that about you, then you're like, okay, well, bye. Like there's the door. Like, I'm not going to change myself or my life for you. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. So yeah, you guys really stand on business with that. So that's really great. Let's go ahead and get some tarot. What is group 4's superpower? The Sun, Knight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Page of Cups at the bottom. Okay, so with the Four of Pentacles coming out right in the middle, you know, I do see this card a lot of times as being like somewhat guarded because, you know, they're holding this pentacle over their chest, right? It's like, no, this is all mine. But in this sense, for you guys, I feel like you tend to like guard your heart. And not in like a super defensive way, like, you know, like you've been burned in the past. I'm sure you have, everyone has. But it's more in a protective way. It's like, I know my heart, you know, like, it's like you have so much love for yourself that you are not going to allow anyone to mess with your heart at all. You're just very protective of it. But not in a really crazy way. Like it's more in a way where, I don't know why I'm getting this metaphor, but it's like, it's more in a way where like a father would be overprotective of his daughter, like going out on a first date or something like that. You know, it's not like anything crazy, but it's just like, you just want to protect it and make sure everything is safe. I feel like you guys kind of have that energy. Like you have this amazing heart. And you have so much like love for yourself and others, but you're not just going to hand it over to anybody, right? Because you know how special it is, and you know, not everybody has the same energy that you do. And I'm sure, you know, especially if you're like an outwardly spiritual person, not everyone understands that. You definitely want to be more protective, right? Because you don't want people to, you know, just trample all over you and have their opinions and judgments. Like, you're very protective of yourself now. You don't want their negative energy to impact you, right? That's what it is. So it's like you kind of keep yourself protected. Maybe you walk around with like stones, crystals, you know. I could see that for some of you. So yeah, you're very protective of your heart because I think a lot of people just aren't like you in the world. They don't have the same heart that you do, and it's very special and soft and loving, and you only kind of save that for the people that deserve it, basically. But we also have the Sun and the Knight of Wands. So I think you guys bring a lot of happiness to others. You're very fun to be around. You have a lot of energy, I feel like, as well with this Knight of Wands. Yeah, I could see you guys being really fun to hang out with, like as a group. I could see you guys like taking the charge, you know, like being the party captain maybe. Like sometimes like, all right guys, like let's go do this, and then we're gonna go here, and you know, we're gonna have a great time, you know, that kind of thing. I think a lot of people love being around you. You have great energy, just very fun and passionate and outgoing. But then we have this King of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. So I think sometimes like people can get really like hooked on your energy. And I think that's why you guys get so protective of your heart, because I think this has happened before where people just love your energy. They love your heart. It's just so infectious and warm and loving, and they see how much love that you have for yourself, and they want some too. They want you to give some love to them too. But not everybody has like the best intentions, right? You're gonna have like energy vampires out there. You're gonna have people that just want to use you, and yeah. So I can see why you're so protective. But like, look at this. Like, she's guarding her heart with this pentacle, right? And then we have this King of Pentacles who's kind of holding this pentacle. It's like they want your pentacle. They want this. They're like, give me that, because I want your heart. They don't want your money. They want your heart. So it's like I could see people trying to like, you know, cross your boundaries, essentially. and want to get closer to you when maybe you're not comfortable enough with them yet to really do that. But not everyone has the best intentions. So I could see you guys for sure like attracting energy vampires. They just want some of that good stuff that you got, and they don't know what it is, but they can sense it and they feel it. And they can see how much love you have for yourself and how much you respect yourself. And it's just, yeah, a lot of people don't have that, and they want that, and they want to take it from you. So that's why I can see you guys like stepping into your Queen of Swords energy. And again, you know, we do have those release and completion cards. So it's like, you know, and the Queen of Swords definitely has that off with their head energy, like we're done here kind of thing. So I think you guys have probably let a lot of people go in your life because maybe they're like latching onto you or like wanting too much from you, or it's like just trying to like siphon your energy, and then you're feeling really depleted afterwards because you gave them too much of your heart and your love and your time, your energy, and they didn't do anything to really reciprocate that for you. And so I think you've gotten really tired of these one-sided relationships because your energy and your heart is so good that like everyone wants a piece of it. You've learned how to cut people out, and you've learned how to say like, all right, enough is enough. We're done here. I'm releasing you. I'm letting you go. This chapter is completed because I can't do this anymore type of thing. I need to give all that love back to myself and restore what has been depleted. And then we also have this Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, again, you guys just have really great energy. I could see a lot of people trying to be your friend, wanting to date you, like flirting with you. Page of Cups is very like sweet and innocent and just very like fun and like lighthearted. Like I get that side of you as well. So yeah, again, I could see why you're very protective and guarded, because I think a lot of people would want to have some of your energy for sure, whether it's like be your friend or date you or take something from you, like in some way, shape, or form. Like, yeah. So you guys definitely have like strong boundaries because of this, but you're really great at like giving back to yourself and showing yourself love and acceptance and comfort. Like you guys are, you know what you're doing. That's for sure. I think you guys have been around the block and you've seen a lot, you've dealt with a lot, you've learned to let people go when they're not treating you right, and to love yourself and be there for yourself. So yeah, I would say that's your superpower, is like self-love for sure. Self-love and your relationship to spirit. You're very connected to the divine. And I think it's like one of those kind of like positive feedback loops, right? Where it's like, you know, being so connected to the divine, like it instills you with so much more love. And then it's like with that love, you're giving that love to yourself and being there for yourself and comforting yourself. And, you know, and then it just kind of, it keeps going back and forth, back and forth. And then like, the divine, like, you know, instills you with more love because you're in that state of love, right? So you attract more of that, and, you know, so you know what I mean. So yeah, wow. Group 4, I was not expecting this message. You guys, like I said, are very ascended souls. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, Group 4. My battery died, but we are back, and I want to close out this reading. So like I said, you guys are very ascended souls. Like you have been around the block. You've learned a thing or two. You know what you're doing at this point, and you're very connected to the divine. So yeah, I think this is your superpower. Yeah, that's all that I have for you, Group 4. I hope that this resonated. If you enjoyed this reading, be sure to give it a like and comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.